Zodiac Killer, unidentified American serial killer who believed to have murdered at least 5 people in Northern California between 1968 and 1969. An earlier murder, the stabbing death of an 18-year-old college student in Riverside, California in 1966, is also sometimes attributed to the Zodiac Killer. The case inspired the influential 1971 action film Dirty Harry, which starred Clint Eastwood, and it was the subject of the critically acclaimed David Frankel dramatic film Zodiac. In 1968, a teenage couple was shot to death near their car in a remote area north of San Francisco. 1 year later, another couple was attacked in similar circumstances, though the male victim survived. After the 1969 attack, the killer phoned police to alert them to the crime and to take responsibility for 1968 murder. Later that year, the Zodiac Killer attacked another young couple, though once again the male survived, and the last known victim, a taxi driver, was shot in October 69. Graphic of a person standing holding a knife, murder, killed seller. The murders were the subject of intense investigation and media coverage, particularly because of the killer taunting letters to newspapers and phone calls to police. His letters sent from 1969 to 1974 were signed with a symbol resembling the crosshair of a gun sight and typically began with the phrase, "This is the Zodiac speaking." Much remains mysterious about the Zodiac case, not least the issue of when the crime stopped. Crime writer Robert Grimmett argued that the Zodiac Killer remained active through the 1980s and murdered dozens more people. Though this view is controversial, during the 1990s several investigators claimed to have identified the Zodiac Killer, and the suspects most often cited with Arthur Lee Allen, 1933 to 1992, and a Vallejo, California school teacher who had been investigated in 1975 for child molestation, though his identification with the Zodiac Killer has never been sustained.